Is your character not as agile as you would like?
Karluk looks at Euphemia and says, I really wish he would have missed, and then just falls over.
Is DM's grace in short supply?
Oh, and the candles go out
Yeah.
on the Minotaur's horns.
Is compassion not your character's strong suit?
Minotaur more like beef or more like cannibalism? I'm asking for a friend.
Is persuasion your dump stat?
Be prepared for a caster. Please do not move on their own.
There's no caster here.
Listen long enough, and you too might learn how to roleplay 8 Charisma.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for another episode of Roleplay 8 Charisma. It's time now, in case we forgot, to remember what happened last time. And we select the most injured player, amongst other things, to determine who should summarize. And last time, it was Shadeen, actually. Craig's character. A little bit of a walloping. Craig?
Yeah.
Would you care to remind the listeners as well as your fellow players, because we've had a week off now, so we need to catch back up.
Oh, sure. And I'd be more than happy to share with you all of the highs and lows, the dramas, the laughter and the tears that we've shared over the past, it probably took about 45 minutes to an hour, really, of the time of our lives in this lovely little world of ours. Having made camp in the woods, there was a lot of talking, a lot of commiserating with the two new dwarves of questionable accent. Ultimately, it was decided that we should make for the cave-in. Never heard of it before, but it sounds exciting. There was more talking. We started to make our way towards the cave-in. There was more talking. We made a camp a mile from the entrance to the cave-in and went out with our standard watch roster. We went to sleep. Over a hill, there was some more talking. This time it was goblins doing the talking and not us, which was mildly surprising to yours truly. Our posted sentries woke us up. Ulrich, Karluk, and I moved over the hill to see what was going on. That would be the big cow-headed man and the short one that talks more than the other short one. Ulrich, that would be the short one that talks more than the other short one, demanded that these goblins tell us where they were going, and then started, I don't know, he was casting something, I think. I don't know. He was muttering under his breath. For all intents and purposes, it was more talking. Then they shot a barrage of arrows at us and a wave of mighty javelins, and yet they passed us by and did nary a drop of blood of harm. It was really sort of sad, and clearly immediately I was thinking that they really weren't worthy of our time and attention. However, come as what may, the universe decided that there was to be a battle. I waded into the legion of the foes, struck at the creature who was clearly their leader, splashing the grass with his blood, and in retribution and justifying the entire confrontation by proving himself a worthy foe, the goblin struck me twice with his graceful, glistening steel, and then the universe exploded around him in righteous shadow flame, as is only right and proper. Then the elf came in, and some of the others fell asleep, and then he talked a lot more. I'm not entirely certain what he was saying. I wasn't paying a lot of attention at that point, as I was busy bleeding. Aside from using the goblin's still smoking skull as a marionette prop for several pithy witticisms. Questioning the survivors, we learned that there are many 10s and 20s of orcs somewhere called Wyvern, Keep, Cave, Castle, something about wyverns. I don't know. Tor, Point, and some 5s of riders of something called a wyvern. I don't know. It didn't sound so dangerous to me. Further questioning revealed that this party is a supplying party out of Wyvern Central, or whatever they call it, and that they have visited Cragsmaw, and they were on their way to the cave-in. One worthy goblin ran away after being asked about the spider, despite daggers and crossbow bolts firing at his unworthy fleeing back, and all of them missing pathetically. The other two left with the elf were allowed to run, despite Ulrich, that would be the short one that talks a lot, desire to end their existence and threats. The goblins' weapons and shields were distributed among the dwarves who don't talk so much, and when they do, their accents are slippery. There was then a great deal more talking as I bandaged my injuries in such a way as to ensure they heal cleanly, but leaving a nice, clear, beautiful scar across me arm and leg. That's all I know. That's all I remember. And to me, that's all that really matters.
Aye, Shadeen, you're like a bagpipe. No sound comes from you until you are full. Good job.
Well played, Craig. Take a point of inspiration for an excellent summary. Well done. And so you've all completed your long rest, and now was the time for the next thing to happen. I know there was some discussion about what the next thing should be. Do any of you remember what your plan was around the cave-in, or did you want to go somewhere else?
We were going to sneak up to it originally, but I don't believe that was going. I was scouted out, I believe, but I do not believe that was going to happen because we forgot to do it.
Well, we didn't do the interim. We can still do it now, if that's what you would prefer to do. So I think at one point it was suggested. Go ahead, John.
I think we could just get within a mile or so and then take a look over the ridge. If with this new handy dandy staff here, we can move in relatively quietly and leave no tracks behind us. I just have to stop every hour and light us up with the magics of nature.
I've been told I will never scald my lips with another man's porridge, but I will use your staff.
You just have to stay within 30 feet of it.
Oh, that's a big staff.
That's what they say.
I've known dwarven staffs bigger. Let us go.
Oh, that's a tale for the history books. So a couple of things. I had, as I am often to have, something of a small moral quandary. And I realized that Ulrich was right. So we let those goblins go, but they were obviously part of the supply chain for Cragmar Castle and the spider. So now I have a question for the group. Now, we're doing this as we walk. Is that okay, Russ?
That's fine. Now, remember, you're already actually about a mile away from the cave. So are we just walking and talking right up to the cave?
We're just going to chat right up to the door.
Okay.
Well, I want them to have their scouting
That was
moment.
sarcasm. I'm not the leader here.
I just want one question. So,
Sure.
If somebody was a war profiteer and helping both sides, what do we do with war profiteers? Somebody with a moral compass, please explain it to me, what our group reaction is.
I'm glad you came to me for the bee of the moral compass. Because I'll tell you that it depends on what side of the war you're on. And this war is against good versus evil.
They're on both sides.
No, this is a war of good versus evil. And we are the good. Anyone that works for Grumash, or Grumsht, the evil god of the goblins, is obviously evil, and thus he must be done. He must be gotten rid of. So let it be known, anybody that supplies Grumsht or his troops, followers, or believers must go.
With support or aid.
Aye, because a tune is more lasting than the song of a bird.
Okay, so if we see humanitarian nuns, pacifist nuns, healing goblins, we're killing them.
They're obviously bugbears. And definitely workers
I'm on
for
board.
dwarves.
I look at Euphemia and I'm like, okay, I just need to understand the rules because we are now a war party at this point. And Ogma said I have to go and fix Cragmar Castle. And as you know, Ogma is my co-pilot. And so I have to make this happen. So if this is a war, Euphemia, now we know anybody who gives any type of aid to Cragmar Castle or to Wiventor is our enemy. That's a very different story. I'm sorry, everybody in Themlindir then now has to die by that logic. We understand that, right? We're on board with burning that town to the ground.
You're forgetting, there's no use in boiling your cabbage twice. Let me explain it to you again.
I can't understand why we keep listening to this elf. He's just full of crap.
Understand that those who do evil must be punished, but not all who are with evil are evil. And it's time to ask the big questions, Pirik. Who are you? And what do you want? Do you want to be a hero and take out the enemy and those that would defy the will of Moradin and the Soul Forger, or just to randomly kill all who get in our way. I will be your defining moral compass. I will be your true north. When I point, you flameo.
You are adorable, Ulrich, and I think that is just special. Now, I put my hand on top of his head and I pat him with much kindness and love. And
then he's trying to hug me. I try to hug him back.
I will hug him. I'm just gonna hug that little guy. And I'm gonna continue to talk to the adults above him. And so the question still is, if these we already set out the rules. That's one thing that we should have talked about. If these followers of Clark do not pass Cowlick's approval, I'm burning them all to death. They're being immolated. That we agreed upon that. That's fine.
Correct. Okay? And I promise to have a very open mind when we meet Clark.
Yeah, no, I know I'm already warming up, and I say that, and I hug the dwarf and I spark my staff, and those things aren't mutually exclusive, and we'll have to do the same kind of just to be fair at Valandir. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Aye, we won't take the thatch from our roof to buy slate for another man's house. Agreed. Let us
go. All right, then I'm comfortable with it. I wait for Euphemia and Thrall to do it.
Yeah, why don't you all just stand here for a little bit and chat? You seem to like to talk a lot. Euphemia, let's go get some work done.
Well, now Euphemia is a little bit concerned that poor nuns are going to be immolated by crazy pirate. So here's what Euphemia says. Euphemia says, Auntie used to say this thing to me when I'd watch her bake a pie. And she said, don't ruin the blueberries to overbake the blueberry pie. And somehow, Pyric, I think that's where I think you took the logical conclusion of things to its ultimate conclusion, which is very logical, but often just ruins a blueberry pie. And so I have a feeling when we come across it, we'll know when there's blueberries and we'll just pick the blueberries. And it'll be that simple.
Oh, I don't know. Not with this group. That group I have put aside correct multiple times to save all of you.
I will keep in mind on the nuns and any of the humanitarian efforts, but I believe Ulrich and Moradin will have the way. Plus now we have Shadeen here. He'll know what to do too. I mean, he clearly is guided by the universe. We have Cowlick, who's ready to kill every bugbear that exists. And don't forget, we also have a very wise druid, and plus yourself and the ways of nature. I think we'll be able to sort it out.
I put my arm around Euphemia and start escorting her away for our scouting. I said, "Look, Euphemia, I don't do this very often, but if we find two innocent nuns giving aid to a goblin, I'll shave my beard off." Not remembering that I've made that bet already.
Let us see what's in
what
front of
if they're goblin nuns? I shout at All right, Euphemia, you have made it very clear that I will have to choose my love for my friends over what is morally right, because these group of people, when Thrall is the most morally upright, we are in trouble.
That is correct. What you just said is correct.
They're more mutually exclusive. But remember, let's find out what's in front of us before we have to take action. We will.
We will just make agreements on what is how the trials will be made, and we already have it. We're going to let Cowlick decide who's good and who's bad.
It's true. You can't kiss a bull before unexpectedly.
So we want to peek over the ridge like in all the cowboy movies, Russ.
Right.
So in other words, I don't want to spend an hour in.
No, we'll do this quickly. So Euphemia and Thalric are sneaking ahead a little bit after a interesting philosophical conversation, leaving Pyric and the rest of the group still kind of maybe in quiet contemplation. As you two approach the nearby ridge, and you've also been sort of walking a little bit, so now you're about a half a mile away. Still far enough probably that noise won't cause any problems, but you can go ahead and sneak up and look over the edge of the ridge. Why don't you guys both make a stealth check, and let's see how we do.
Okay. I will. I'm gonna do a stealth check. We have +10 to their stealth thing.
Right, because of the pass without trace, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
So that's a 35 for Euphemia.
Yes, we missed that in the summary, but in the summary, Thrall did attune to the staff, which gives him a lot of abilities, including a free pass without trace, pretty much. So
31 and 35.
All right. So again, like ninjas, the rest of the party just loses you as you walk only a few feet away. You get to the edge, and you do see now. You did have a long rest. It was evening. It's now early morning, so dawn is just starting to crest. It's almost like it's just getting to be early morning light here, and so you're looking down, and you can make out a little bit of glowing. Something's like little firelight around the front of the cave, and I need you both to make a perception check to see if you can kind of figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
They're burying their dead they found on the road.
I got a 7.
I got a 19.
Okay. So Euphemia is a little confused by what she sees, and she can't quite put it together. But Thalric sees that sort of the shrubs around the opening of the cave. Now, where there used to be, if you remember, actually, Thalric, does Thalric remember?
I've never been there. Well, I've never been
Thalric doesn't. Yeah,
And
Thalric
he has
does not
a head
remember
injury.
I
this.
got hit in the head.
And he has
That's
a head
right.
injury.
So Thalric has no memory of this situation, and unfortunately, Euphemia doesn't get a good observation here. So Thalric, you just see, it's sort of the strangest situation. So there's this mouth of this cave, and there's this little wooden box, vertical thin wooden box about the width of a person coming up from the ground, and on the top of this little wooden box, the wooden box got a little plateau on top of it, and next there's a little candle, and the candle's burning, and there's like a little book that's open, and there's a little goblin there who's smartly dressed, and he appears to be waiting. And then to the right of the goblin, there is a table for 2 set. There appears to be a rolls and some silverware, and a pair of kobolds appear to be dining, having a nice early morning dine to his right. And there's another set of tables behind him. And while you're watching this, someone else, another smartly dressed goblin, comes out with a little towel hanging over his arm, and he walks up to the table of 2 kobolds. Seems to have a little words. I mean, this looks all the world like some kind of thing you'd see in a very, very high-end tavern. Has a conversation, makes a little note on something, and then walks away back into the cave.
All right. So is there anybody on there?
Not that you can tell. There doesn't appear to be any kind of armament whatsoever.
They have a house dire. Do they have a dire wolf just laying around? You know how sometimes in fancy.
Not that you can see from here. No.
How about a large toad?
No. No. But who can tell? Who can say?
Maybe they have one on the menu.
I pat Thrall on the arm, and I'm like, I can't quite make it out. What is it that you see?
Well, I'm not the most civilized of folk, but it looks like your cave in is an inn.
Euphemia goes like this.
I think it was kobolds and goblins. There's like a goblin host. I think that's what those things are, or something. He's got a little book. There's a table with a couple goblins eating. It looks kind of weirdly fancy.
Oh, that's perfect. We have to go back and tell Pyric.
All right, let's just go get the others and walk into this place then, eh?
Yep.
Wait, I just found my Canadian heritage there, all right?
Hey. Well, you've been hanging around Adric for a couple days now. He's tired. He's still back with the rest of the guys, by the way. We forgot to mention that.
Do the
Adric,
dwarven call. Let us know it's okay.
They're both very exhausted though, so they're not doing a lot, but they are interested in what's going on.
I squeaked twice like a red squirrel, then once like a gray squirrel, then once like a flying squirrel.
That's
all right.
perfect.
So you guys come back, and so the rest of you see Thalric and Euphemia return from the hill.
Yep. I run up to Pyric and I say, Pyric, you'll never guess what happened.
Oh, I won't. Why don't you tell me?
It's turned into an inn, just like we instructed Clark. I didn't see Clark, and as a matter of fact, I couldn't see much of anything. I was too hidden in the bushes. But Frolic said he saw a smartly dressed goblin, no weapons, and a book, and a couple of kobold guests. I'm wondering if he's also following the ways of Moradin, too, like you charged him to do.
It was
Maybe we
disgustingly
should-
civilized.
Yeah, maybe we should go spy on them a little bit and see what they're using for meat so we can have an honest assessment for the trial.
Well, my only concern is they don't serve our kind, but the best way to find out, I think, is to walk on down there and see what happens.
Well, you could probably sneak in there, Thrall, and get a good eye and then come back and report while the rest of us do the march up like normal folk.
Well, you want to reserve me as a backup?
As in you are our vanguard, sniffing out right and wrong and what's going on in the actual cave.
Well, I could go speak to the animals in the area with my new fancy staff that I have here. I'm going to say that a lot.
Let's do that. That staff is amazing. Almost like your abilities to use it.
I'll just chat it up with a squirrel and find out what's been going on. But I think that I should be held in reserves, and then you all can go in there. And if the bear shite hits the spinning blade of doom, then I'll come running in.
The spinning blade of doom is Ulrich, right? I need to be clear where.
It's me. It's me when I use my scimitar really fast.
Oh,
Pyric.
okay.
Pyric, you know what we'll do? We'll do that standard Pyric Euphemia maneuver where I will disappear and move to the right and come in on your right side as you guys approach the front entrance, and I'll just be hidden the whole time.
If the good Kalik does his works his arcane ways, he should know quickly what they're actually thinking.
I'll who wants to walk in with me? I'm willing to walk in.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be very civilized folk who aren't interested in killing patrons of this inn that is lawfully operating in a peaceful manner.
I'm going to follow the little one that talks a lot. There seems to be a lot of bloodshed wherever he goes.
Okay, then I guess we'll just do that.
Ulrich's not likely to swing first.
Aye, may you live 100 years with one extra year to repent, because I do not swing first, always second.
He does threaten and then cast spells. It's a
fine line.
Guilty as charged, sir. Guilty as charged.
How about we don't threaten and don't cast spells, and then we ask sweet. Ulrich, I know you can be sweet there. Your beard says it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I have been working in my natural dwarven odor. Let us go.
That's fantastic.
All right, Russ, I will shadow them from about 50 to 100 feet, probably 50 to 100 feet away, because I'm so ninja-like, and I'll try to work myself into a position that, should things go badly, I can leap out of the bushes and kick ass and take names.
Got it. So is everybody else just coming on up?
Nope, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to go on the other side of Thrall and disappear and shadow them as they walk.
Thrall are shadowing.
You sure you don't want to stay within 30 feet of me, Rafe?
Me? No, I don't need to.
Okay,
those seem like famous last words.
Question. Understanding the general comings and goings of the Neverwinter area, is Shadeen inherently terrifying?
Oh, indeed. Or inherently charming. It depends on who you listen to.
Why don't we make a history check to see if you this sort of situation?
You can't play past dice, but I'm going to try. I got a 9 total, I think.
Yeah, so you've heard rumors that that Dragonborn cause terror amongst some races.
Okay, then.
You're not sure which ones.
Doesn't every race cause terror for you, sir?
Oh yeah, I'm terrified of all of you except for Ulrich because he's adorable. I think Cowlick is terrifying. That's why I have had to belittle him this entire time, just so I could, be in the same party with him. Master Cowlick, I have a question. How long does your ability to glean the truth from others' minds last?
Cowlick's going to be nodding knowingly. I have my disguise kit out, and I've put like the symbol of Grumsh on my forehead.
Oh,
nice.
I've got my lyre out and I'm tuning it, getting it ready. Friend Pyrrhic, it lasts about a minute.
That's not
many of my,
nearly long enough.
Characteristics.
Okay, we're going to have to hold that in reserve. Shadeen, you are glorious and terrifying. Would you like to lead us, or would you like to be the grand finale for our parade of terror?
I have found over the last few encounters that standing directly behind one of our short friends is where I feel the most at home.
I was going to have us walk up in order of height.
I think Karlik and I should take the lead.
Okay, then. Well, I'll let you do that.
So is it a group of 4? Karlik and
you can go behind us.
Yeah, I'll be behind Karlik, and then Shadeen can be behind Ulrich like he wanted.
So is it like a group of 4, like the dwarf and the minotaur in the front, and the elf and the half dragonborn?
If Ulrich and Karlik think that's great, I think that's great.
We're good.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
So you kind of walk up. So you're going to walk up. Is that the plan? Just going to walk right up there. All right.
I look over to Karlik as we walk up there. I go, I feel like the wind is always at my back, and then wink. Look back at Pyrrhic.
Okay, so just to recap, so you guys are walking up as like a party of 4 here, just kind of walking up, and off to either side that hopefully no one can see is Thalric on one side and Euphemia off to the left.
Also, Russ, I'm going to cast, it's not a concentration spell and it lasts 10 minutes. I'm going to use 1 charge off the staff to cast Speak with Animals.
All right.
And so I'm going to be quietly, I'm going to be chatting with the animals in the area to try to find out the numbers of the orcs, if there's any like war bands. It says, I don't have it on my sheet, so I can't, but it says you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with the beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at a minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations, monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor, blah, blah, and that's it. And it just lasts 10 minutes, and it's not concentration.
All right, so you're kind of muttering your way along, looking for an animal you can ask.
Yeah, so if I see any, I'll already have the spell up, and I can just ask them questions.
Okay.
So
why don't you roll some percentile dice there? Roll some percentile dice there, John. So you spot the animal.
He's like, hey, chipmunk.
15. I'm sure low is better than high.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. So yeah, you do actually a snake comes, a non-poisonous snake. You find a non-venomous snake going by.
Oh, it's a good thing I know parcel tongue.
That's right. And what are you just gonna ask him, like, has he seen anybody, or what are the numbers or anything? Or
yeah, I'm gonna ask him what these creatures in the cave have been, what are they doing?
Let's go in. Let's come out.
Is there any fighting? I should talk.
No killing. Smell much death. Smell much death.
Oh, so stuff is dying in there. It smells like. Do they kill much of the other kind?
He doesn't know the answer to that question. He's unsure about it.
You seen any really big wolves or toads while you're sissing about?
He doesn't have any good data on toads or wolves either.
Oh.
Nice try.
All right, that's good enough for now.
All right. Okay, so you guys, so Thalric is take a point of inspiration, John. That was pretty cool. So as you guys are getting closer there,
need inspiration, raise your hand.
Would anybody like their inspiration? John is extra.
I guess everybody's full.
I guess we're topped off. That's probably good timing, because as you get closer, you're coming right up to the counter here. I'm going to change the map here.
Speaking of that, where are our cousins? Are they with you guys?
Oh yeah, do you want to leave them behind?
Yeah, leave them behind.
Yeah, leave them behind.
No, I don't think we should. We're taking. We have to be able to save them. No, they are coming with us. The whole idea is that maybe we can use this place as a base to rest up if we have to kill everybody in there.
Yeah, sadly, I have to agree with the elf.
Take a point of real life damage.
So that means it's a party of 6 now. Just saying. So So they're in the back.
So much harder to seat a party of 6. That's the problem.
It is.
Let alone a party of 8. Oh my!
So
a party of 2 and a party of 4.
So as you approach, I've switched the map now. If you scroll down to the bottom of the map, you should see a situation here. Hopefully, if you don't, let me know.
I'm not seeing anything personally.
Joe, do you see anything?
I see it.
Bottom left-hand corner.
You seen it, Joe? Good.
I do.
Let me move John up. I don't have John off the map. That's part of the problem.
That's okay. He's used to it.
Me and all the folks at home see nothing.
There you go. You should see something now, John. Is he seeing anything now?
No.
That happened to me too, John. My complete screen went blank and I had to refresh.
Hang on, I'm checking to make sure.
I can
all
try
there.
refreshing.
Double checking. Can everybody else see?
John's on it. He's on the stream.
I see him.
Yeah.
I can try refreshing.
Oh wait, your vision was turned off. I'm back on it.
Oh. I just refreshed. That was a mistake.
There you go.
Killed my sheet and everything.
Got it. Okay, you're back. Okay. Craig, can you see okay?
I'm all alone, and I can see what looks like a very dark, shadowed path or river. Or
Yes,
something.
that's perfect. Excellent. Okay.
I can only see me, Russ, and it's all blackness. You see.
Oh,
Yeah, all black for me too.
All right, hang on. Night vision. All right, that should be good.
I can also see sections I should never be able to see.
Well, maybe we'll.
Well, you are the great and powerful Shadeen.
I am, but generally I can't see through solid stone. Although maybe the universe has gifted me with a new ability. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
weird.
have devil sight and dwarf sight now.
All right, we'll just go back to. We'll just turn this off. Well, no, if I do that, then it'll mess things up. I'll just do it this way. Here we go. Let me just set you guys up. So it looks like it's working for you, Joe, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, and I see it too. It looks beautiful.
All right. Okay.
I don't know why I see it, but I do.
Seppi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
This is super.
So it's just Shadeen, right? And Joe or John.
I can see.
No, Doc and I are the same. Doc and I just have block. Can see ourselves, right, Doc?
Okay.
I got nothing still. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have
I'm on you next, Doc.
nothing. Craig can see everything he's not supposed to be able to see.
Yes. And it's dark and black and white where I shouldn't be able to see it. And now I can see everything in full color where I should be able to see it.
And I got one more thing. I think I can fix that too. On it.
Wow, what are you doing over there, Wakeland?
I don't know. Okay, Craig, it should be back to. Do you still see?
Now I can only see what I would be able to see. Correct.
Yeah, perfect. All right, good. All right. So is everybody good except for Doc and John, right? Hang on.
I'm good now. It's up.
John, are you good?
No, I still can't see squat.
No. Wait.
Oh, now I can see.
I think you're off the map. Okay. All right. So ahead of you is this goblin sitting behind a little sort of lectern same situation. And he speaks out in common and he says, welcome. Now on the front of the lectern is a symbol, if you will. And it looks like this.
Oh, we've
Here
seen that
on the
before.
front of the thing.
You got to make that into a T-shirt.
The symbol of hobgoblin death.
And he says, welcome, friends. Welcome to the Cave Inn, home of the 4 mushroom chef, Clarg the Buggus Beris. Please, do you have a reservation?
Oh, no. But I know Clark will see Pyrex Starfinder. Could you tell him that I'm here?
Oh, certainly, sir. I can't leave my post, but I can, as soon as the waiter comes back, I will let him know.
Pyrex Starfinder.
Tell him it's a matter of life and death.
Make an intimidation check with advantage, Seppi.
I hope Karlik does not wink at me or this poor goblin will die.
Karlik, make a constitution check. You got a little pollen. A little pollen in your eye there, Karlik.
One.
Carlick's holding his eyes.
2. 9.
9?
Because I'm not intimidated.
9 was your best. I thought you had a 13 in there. No, you're -1. That's right.
Oh, did I roll 13?
No, you did roll. I saw you had a 10 and a 6.
No,
so it was 9.
9.
So yeah, so the goblin's like, it'll just be a moment for the waiter, sir. Sir, really, it's going to be fine.
Hey, no, I say, wait a second. And I put my hand on Ulrich. Ulrich, will you please announce me?
I will. I go over and stand at this table, look at their food, and go, I would get the chef immediately.
He's much more intimidating.
I look at the guy and goes,
so there's two kobolds there.
Waiter.
There's two bright red kobolds, and they look a little offended. And the maitre d' there, the goblin says, perhaps while you're waiting, if I read the specials, would that be helpful? If I let you know what's on the menu this evening?
I'm going to use intimidation and go, I want to be clear. This is very important. You get him now. Otherwise, things might get messy.
I'm directly behind the dwarf, looming over him, glaring down at the maitre d'.
All right. Joe, make an intimidation check with advantage because Shadeen is helping you.
I think we could have just slipped him a 20 like they do in the movies.
Alec is thinking.
17.
Right away, sir. Please, if I could just impose upon you slightly to not harass the patrons. And he scurries away.
When he complies, I scoop up Ulrich, and then I move over to where let's talk about these specials, Ulrich.
I'm going to look at this desk. What's at this desk, Russ, here?
There's a couple things. There's an open book, and there's a bunch of writing in Goblin in the book. Do you read Goblin, Joe?
I do read Goblin.
Okay.
But I say, Pierrick, look at this.
Russ, we're missing a dwarf.
Oh, yes, they're together. I only have one token at the moment. For
that.
Okay. So yeah, John, you can let me give you control of them. You can move them. So John, you're in control of them.
It's not letting me control them.
I'm going.
Do kobolds speak Draconic?
I believe they do.
Or do they have their own language?
Kobolds speak Draconic also, yes.
It's going to be the name of my next song.
I apologize to the kobolds in Draconic.
John, where is he?
That's good.
Oh, John. Okay, John, you should be able to control Adric now and friends. All right.
Little dragon, eh? Do you have any know if this place has any rooms? That's Adric, not me.
Are you talking to who are you talking to, Adric?
No, nobody's
the
here.
only people left here are the kobolds. So
the kobolds. The kobolds look a little intimidated, but they also speak common and their own language. They said it is called an inn. I don't know why it was named such, but all that is available here is very, very, very fine food. But excuse me, this is a very exclusive establishment. We spent a lot of time getting reservations here, and our food is getting cold.
What's the book saying, Goblin?
Right. So the book has a bunch of different names in it, all written down. And then next to the book is a sheet of paper that appears to, again, there's two of these sheets of paper, and one of them is in Goblin and one of them is in Common. And both, though, appear to be the same layout and information. They're just in two different languages. And it appears to be a menu.
I apologize to the kobolds.
And Joe, this is what the menu says.
Ooh.
Very disappointing, by the way.
So on the menu, I'll read it so our listeners at home can listen to it. Some of the options this evening, the specials, smoked quipper salad. And there's a small description next to it. Loaded with fresh spinach, cucumber, avocado, and onion. The fish is sliced and intoxicatingly smoky. Meanwhile, there's also glazed honey carrots, large carrots glazed in a buttery mixture of brown sugar and specially branded B&B's honey.
Yum.
There's also shambler root. The root stem has been chopped and sauteed, which gives it a satisfying crunch when you get into it there. There's also roast wild boar, tender, juicy, and incredibly tasty. Wild boar cooked in a locally brewed brown ale. It's smothered in a lovely gravy. There's also wolf steak. Not clear, John, if it's dire wolf steak or regular wolf steak, but it's mouth-watering, thick cut of the meat that's been seared on both sides and topped with flavorful herb butter. There's also a venison apple stew, hearty stew that takes a bit of sweetness, and its unique flavor comes from the tart apples and blackened prunes. Also, a black pudding. And there is some warnings about how it makes some people feel different.
No, you got to read that one. That one's awesome.
Yeah. They say it's just a regular dessert with no relation to the dangerous ooze, but it makes one feel a little sick after you eat it. And there's also the sweet roll, or as some call it, the troll, which is a sweet bread that is covered in moon sugar glaze, and it's a little pastry. And you look, there's a little drawing on the menu. It looks a little like the rolls are shaped like trolls for some reason. And that is the entire food menu.
I believe the sweet roll is probably made up of the innards of trolls. That's what I think. That's my thought.
Could be.
Very good.
It pains
I'll
me to
have
say this,
5.
Eric. You may be right. This may not be some dastardly evil lair. We will find out, though.
So shortly after,
No, we got to make Cowlick happy. Yeah, absolutely.
Shortly after, the goblin returns with another goblin who is also well dressed, and they start to approach back to the podium. And he looks a little offended when he notices Ulrich there moving through the reservations book and the papers.
Oh, so I apologize, Goblin. I'm sorry. We just you didn't seat us or give us any beverages, and we had to entertain ourselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. You threw me off by demanding to speak to Clark. He will see you if you wish, Pyric. And he said he's excited that you are back, and I can lead you directly to the kitchen. Or if you'd like to sample his food, we can also make accommodation for your party.
Well, I look at Cowlick.
I am quite certain, Pyrrhic, that, there's something dastardly going on here, a true bugbear conspiracy. But, I'm also quite hungry, and that menu looks fantastic. So we could just sit, have a fine meal and then go speak to Clark. Priorities here, my friend.
Okay. We would be honored to sit to a meal.
So he says, excellent. Party of, what is that? There 5 of you? 6 of you, I see.
8.
6. 8?
We need a lot of tables.
Where are the other 2? Are they late?
Coming late.
Okay.
Oh, now you've done it. They'll never seat us until our entire party is here.
Would you prefer indoor or outdoor dining?
Indoor.
I'd like to take a tour of the place first, see what kind of facilities we have.
Okay. And would you prefer waterside or stalactite and stalagmite tables?
Inside would be fine. I prefer caves.
No, I mean waterside is inside also. We have poolside.
Waterside.
Waterside. Okay.
Waterside.
And he realizes, he says, one of our tables is unprepared. Please have them, please move. Could you move? And he whispers to the waiter, could you move? He starts whispering something. And the waiter immediately hurries away and starts running down the corridor.
Can any of us pick up on the whispering?
Go ahead, make a perception check.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it in Goblin?
It is in Goblin. So
I don't know
whoever knows Goblin can
I'll make a perception test because that is not my thing.
I'm good at this, maybe. But I have to roll dice.
Yep, I got a 10.
I got an inability to roll.
No.
I clicked on it.
Sorry, I got a 19. Sorry, my bad.
19. All right. So Ulrich, you catch. Could you quickly? I forgot that the tables aren't together. Could you please ask the 2 orcs at table 7 to move to table 6? Offer them a free blood pudding or something.
Yeah, we're looking to drown. Let's not play in the shallow water. There are orcs inside. I say to Dwarvish.
And the one goblin then scurries off down the corridor, apparently to do something.
Yes, I have something to do as well. I'm going to step forward to here.
Where are you moving to?
Right there.
Are you seeing
I feel
more
like
tables?
I feel like the scene from Inglourious Bastards is about to occur.
What's that?
I feel like the scene from Inglourious Bastards is about to happen.
All I can think is Monty Python. The guy runs through the place, killing everybody. Everybody's like watching him.
All right. So why don't we go to? I think. Well, I don't really want to go to initiative order, but I kind of want to keep things under control so no one gets left behind, because otherwise one player will run away through the thing. So
yeah, that's fair.
Let me go ahead and fire up an initiative tracker here. I'm going to clear it out though, so nobody do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hold.
Oh,
Stay on target.
start rolling for initiative, people.
Stay on target.
Ooh.
And I'm just, since we're not really in combat, I'm just going to roll once for all the weights, the staff. Just gonna roll.
You roll for Adric too.
Oh yeah.
I need control of Karlik.
John, did you roll for Adric? Oh, no control of Carly.
All I can say is Thrall has a +8 to initiative, and he got a 9.
I know. I cannot roll initiative in this game to save my life.
I got low too. I'm a +4.
Doc, you should have control of Karlik now. Let me know. Does it work?
How would I roll initiative for Adric?
Did I give you control of him? I thought I did.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how to roll initiative.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, I'll just roll.
I don't have a character sheet. I mean, I can just roll a D20.
I got it. I'm just going to roll a D20. Hang on. Straight up. He got a 9. He's technically a disadvantage because he's still a mess. I don't know if he does on initiative, though. We'll just give him a 9. Add a turn.
What about Grunden?
We'll just move them together. And then, Karlik, did you get a... are you working now?
I'm good. Yeah. Initiate team.
Okay, good. All right. I think we are good. So Ulrich just went, but we'll go at the start of the thing, but I'll skip you, Joe, because you just went. So Karlik, what are you going to do?
All right. Karlik is going to turn, wink at Euphemia.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
And say, I think we should go in and have a fine meal and sit and see what happens. And I'm the wait staff. I guess I'm going to walk forward and hold by the wait staff. And as the wait staff starts to go, my action is going to be to follow.
Got it. Okay. Well, he already, I moved him down a little bit. He kind of sipped away before that. But did you want to try to catch him?
Is that the wait staff that's seating us, or
no? This guy here is going to seat you.
Okay.
So he's not the waiter. He's the maitre d'. So the maitre d' is going to seat you.
All right.
The waiter ran away to do whatever the maitre d' bid him to do.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to stand right by him, and then whenever he activates, I'll follow.
Got it. Okay. And then Joe, you already moved, so we're going to skip you. Pyric, what would you like to do?
I'm going to take one last glance at the list of the reservation list.
Yeah.
And then step up to Ulrich and put my arm in his arm like he's my date.
Right. All right. Pyric reads the reservation list. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to memorize it with my super intelligence if that's possible.
There's no reason to be breaking our shin on a stool if it's not in our way.
All right. Excellent, Pyric. Thalric, what are you going to do?
Can I go above this thing here?
No, there's a wall there. That's literally a wall.
I can't climb up there.
No, it's a wall because it's a cave, right? So this is a wall of a mountain, and then the only entrance into the cave is here. So there's not really climbing over the wall.
That's off the map.
That's off the map. Yeah. When you go that way, you're just leaving, basically.
Where you are, you could probably get a kobold dinner and sneak some of their appetizers if they're not looking.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Zoom just kicked me out for a second, but I'm back. I got to reshare though. Hang on.
All right. So yeah, where you're pointing now is the entrance to the cave, John, where I'm pinging right now.
All right. So what's over here?
Nothing. That's the edge of the map. You can leave going that way.
Okay. All right. So I can move through the shrubbery though?
Yes, you could move through the shrubbery.
I'm going to attempt to move stealthily through the shrubbery. Yes,
I'm going to make you do. You are going right by the kobolds, but you're probably going to roll well due to your pass without trace. So go for it.
Let's hope so. That will be a 27.
Nice. Yes, you do perfectly move through the bushes, and no one seems to notice you're passing.
All right.
I think the bushes move for him at a 27.
And then, John, what would you like to do with Adric and his kin?
He's going to stay close to to Ulrich.
All right. And then, Shadeen, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to follow along. I am going to sort of flex my claw as if I'm waiting for a giant, massive shadow battle axe to drop into it from some other realm. But nothing is going to happen so far. I'm just,
when you flex
if you
your
know
claw,
me, that's what it kind of looks like.
Make a perception check.
Make a perception check. Uh-oh.
Yes.
How about a 3?
Okay. Well, you don't notice anything.
No, I don't. I doubt there's anything to notice.
Who can notice anything without but
No,
you in the
I'm
room?
wondering.
Shadeen?
I'm wondering.
Like-
I think I may have been wrong all along that the sky is blue.
All right.
That
no
came up
problem.
in our Discord discussion.
It's it being blue is only temporary. We found a solution for.
Oh, right. We are going to
yeah. We have found
cover
a
the
solution.
clouds with the ashes of our foes or something.
All right.
Yeah.
And Craig,
Gonna
you
do
have a
that.
little feeling.
Of course
All
I
right.
do.
Okay.
I shake my head as if I've got a great kind of thought in my head.
Euphemia, what are you going to do? You see, Shadeen kind of have
Oh,
this
wait,
moment in his head when
I'm
he's-
following with everybody else after I'm like flexing my fingers is my
All
whole
right. All right. Euphemia. what do you
Euphemia is going to move up the other side, and I'm within John's staff.
Yep.
And I'm going to go under the table and stop there. So I'll make my stealth roll.
All right.
John, it's 30 feet.
Yeah, 6 squares.
24.
Yeah, you make
But I can make it affect, I think, whoever I want. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I can make it affect. So I'm not going to make
Suddenly
it
it's
affect.
a very
you guys.
quiet walk for everyone. All right. It's then the maitre d's turn. And he says, right this way, everyone. So 5, 10, 15. There's some wood that's been put across the river to make it a little more nice entrance here. 20, 25.
Yeah, each creature you choose within 30 feet. So, for the
So
duration.
the goblin goes up to this spot up here. And Karlik, what are you going to do?
Follow.
All right, go ahead. Are you able to move okay there, Doc? Oh, there you go. There goes Doc. Okay, good. So you're following along. Now, Doc, Karlik comes past a room on your right. Now, the goblin is leading you up a path along this river. And the path is rising. And at the top, there's a bridge going across the river. And a little stream coming down there. And as you look to your right, there's a room with an unseated table, another waiter over there, right here. And there's also 2 gnome-looking creatures, but their flesh is almost black. And they're sitting there, and they seem to be enjoying the rolls, the bread service for the evening. And Ulrich, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go up to, what's his name there? Pinky here. Goblin, what's your name?
They call me Thistles, sir.
All right, Tissels. What kind
Thistles
of-
with a Thistles.
Yes, it's some sort of goblin thing. Tissels, listen.
Thistles,
kinda-
sir.
Yes. All right, Tissels. Let's not argue about your name. It's Tissels.
Sir, I'm not related to any cow udders. Thistles.
I'm sorry. Were you insulting my friend here?
No, sir. No. I wouldn't have called him a cow. And I believe you may have, sir.
I strum my lyre dangerously. Bring.
All right, make a performance check. I want to see how you dangerously strum.
It's like I do the thing for the OK Corral music.
Ooh, dangerous.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, the goblin is intimidated. Thistles is looking concerned.
Have you heard of the black spider thistles?
Thistles is going to make a knowledge check.
Can I look for reactions anywhere, like from these kobolds and?
Yeah, go for it.
Or are they not hearing what Karlik says?
Karlik, how
I try
long-
to say it loudly.
Yeah, I think he felt like he was whispering that. So I'm going to say no. Oh, not whispering, but not being very loud. So he's.
Did you say you tried to say it loudly or not so?
I wanted to get the reaction on the gnomes' faces over there.
Oh, okay, good. You did say it loud. Okay.
Yep.
Let me make one more check here.
I'll do an insight then.
All right.
Ooh, I didn't notice anything.
Yeah. Karlik, why don't you make an insight check also?
Perfect.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Wow, cranking it.
Karlik is on his game.
All right. So both Pyric and Karluk, you think you see one of the gnomes kind of like look up from his bread at that mention of that name, but Thistles, I have a pretty good memory for names, sir, and I can't say that I've ever seeded a black spider or anybody named Spider, honestly.
I'll just wink at Pyric real quick and say, we've got some further business to do this evening. Towards the gnomes, I'm going to say, all hail Groomsh. The gnomes seem nonplussed by the Groomsh reference. Although the goblin Thistles is kind of like, yeah, that's it.
All right, listen to Seals. We heard you're feeding some people that are doing some bad things. How do you tell what guests are going to be good and what are going to be bad in this place?
All are welcome here. All are welcome. You, for example, could murder me in my sleep, and yet we would still serve you.
You don't know me well, son, but if I'm going to kill you, you're going to be awake, armed, and facing me.
That's good to know. And he begins to walk forward with his back towards you. All right. So Ulrich, that's your turn. And Pyric, what are you going to do after all that exchange happens?
Well, I'm Ulrich's date, so I'm just going to stay with him wherever he is. And I'm now. There was a wink. There was a look. There's dedicating ourselves to goblin evil deities. There's promises of killing. I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's all kinds of. Speaking of a lot going on, Thalric.
So nobody's at this table, right, Russ?
No, it's an unseated table. That's correct.
Does it have place settings and everything on it?
Nope. No.
Okay.
It's just 4 chairs.
I'm going to sneak around underneath it, and this is pretty wide open right here, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, I'll just stay here then.
And then you also get to control Adric next. What is he and his?
All right, Adric.
What are they going to do?
And stay next to his brother. He and Grundon are helping each other move.
All right, excellent. All right. Okay, and Shadeen, what are you going to do?
I am following these guys and I'm staying with them. So when they move, I move with them.
All right. And Euphemia, are you doing anything special?
Yep. Are they just walking through water, or is that like a covered bridge?
There's a little set of boards there to cross from the one side of the water to the other side where the goblin is, and then there's a path on that side.
All right. I will stay hidden and sneak around the corner.
All right. Make a stealth check again as you go in there. You still got range of the dwarf staff at this point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. $23.
All right, nice, like a ninja. The halfling is there now, and you see those dark-skinned gnomes I talked of earlier eating, along with one of the other wait staff there. And it's now the goblin's turn, and he again advances up the walkway here, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then he takes a right, and he says, "This way, please." And he goes down this corridor. And he appears to be, he's out of sight for a moment as he turns the corner. So Karluk, you're up next. Are you going to follow the goblin? What are you going to do?
Hey, Thrall, I'm really glad we left Euphemia in the wagon. He's going to have to know that that gnome stew over there has some black bugs in it. And Calic's going to follow the waiter. Where did he go? I've got no idea. What are these in front of me? Bugbears?
He went this way. There you go. So you get to that corner. And you go up to that bridge.
Yep, bridge.
And there's a little stairway leading up to the bridge. I'll move you to here. So you get to here, and you can see down that corridor this way here is the goblin. But when you're back here on the bridge, you can see these 2 orcs who are just hastily being seated by this other goblin that's there, and they're a little disgruntled, but he seems to be trying to placate them with a plate of some kind of brown sticky substance.
Do you guys know the black spider? I'm supposed to meet him for lunch.
The two orcs look up at you, and they kind of grunt at you, and one says, "Do you speak Orcish?"
No, I don't think I do. Just bovine and common.
He says something in Orcish, and the other orc thinks this is the funniest damn thing he's ever heard. And then he's like nodding, and he's pointing at you, and he's nodding and laughing, and he's pointing at you more, and he's laughing, and the other orcs are like, and there's a laughing at you, and the goblin is taking. In fact, the goblin's got to make a Constitution save to not join in because he's clearly concerned he's going to embarrass you. But whatever this is really, really damn funny. The goblin only rolls a 7, so the goblin now is also laughing, and also thinks it's the funniest damn thing he's ever heard.
Broken Heel's mom is a kobold, and I wink at him. That's the who's the orc that rides the wyvern? It's Broken Heel, right?
That's right. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Actually, make a. Are you trying to intimidate, or you're just saying this? You're not trying to.
I'm taunting them nonchalantly.
Okay, all right. Let's see. The one orc does kind of look at you like, hey, wait a minute. But he seems to think better of causing any trouble.
That's right. I string my leer a little more.
That's right. And if you take a step this way, then you'll see the goblin who's the maitre d' who's trying to lead you to the table.
Whiskers.
Thistles. Yes. Get rid of this because this is blocking movement and vision. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that was Karlik's turn. And now it is back to Ulrich. What are you going to do?
I look at the orcs and I say in common, "You got something to say to his face? Say it in common."
The orcs are.
I use intimidation.
Okay, go break a roll.
That one.
He farts halfway through his statement.
All right. So, first of all, Joe, you picked that card up there. So why don't you go ahead and add that to your collection?
Somehow your voice came out like Pyrex.
Yeah, you got all squeaky.
Your voice broke halfway through.
Got all squeaky.
If you've got something to say to him.
And then the one orc who was in the middle of taking a sip of his ale just spit takes it right there into his face. His friend, just hilarious. But his friend's not mad. He's laughing at you now, too. You are even funnier than the bull creature just went by. So damn funny. And again, the goblin also loses it. And this whole thing is like just hilarious.
I'm going to step right here and just look at him.
He starts snorting again. He's just, this is the most silly thing he's ever seen. All right, Pyric, what are you going to do?
I'm going to help Ulrich collect himself and move on to our bigger goal. Moradin does not. We're going to probably kill these guys anyway. I whispered to him in Dwarven. Don't worry about it. Let's keep on. Let's keep
May
on.
the most you wish for be the least you get.
Oh, come on now. It'll be fine. Let's go now there, Ulrich.
All right. Okay. And the goblin sees you all approaching, and he says, you're really going to enjoy these seats. Not only are they near the water, but they're very close to the kitchen. And a couple of you may even be able to see the food being prepared from your very table. And he says, but however, if you'd rather not, I can move one of the tables closer together. As you can see, and he steps over here to the right. We can bring them together. But as I get to that, I'm going to go back to player order here. So Thalric, what are you going to do?
I'm going to take an opportunity when these kobolds aren't looking in my direction.
Yep.
And I am going to stealth on over here. Hide behind this stalagmite thing next to my buddy Euphemia.
All right.
You want a stealth roll?
Yeah, make a stealth roll.
That will be a 31, sir.
Again, with your druid-like ability, you sneak right in there, and you also see the dark-skinned gnomes along with the other waiter there, who has popped back in and out and is continuing to serve the clientele there. It is also Adric and friend's turn. You go ahead and move down if you want, John.
I can't see down. Oh, because I know I can't see. Oh, Adric. Adric's going to keep going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom.
All right. And then Shadeen, what are you going to do?
I'm just following my friends.
All right. So move yourself to wherever you're going.
Dean, have you seen any cultists around? You could talk to your people.
I quirk one horn eyebrow at the elf and wonder what it would look like if I planted a shadow axe in his forehead. It's just idle speculation, however.
Right. Perfect fit.
And Euphemia's turn.
It does look like there's an indentation made for it.
Euphemia, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm trying to stealth my way towards and into the kitchen, but I'll let you know when I get closer. So I'm still stealthing.
Yep.
Does the staff work between walls?
I don't think the staff passes through objects, so I'm going to say no.
Well, it's path without trace, but I don't know either. I don't think, and normally it would not, I would guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to work through walls. So you don't get your bonus as you get to the end of your walking there. But you get a nat 20. Woo. Okay, Ray, if you can decide if you want to keep the card you have or trade it for this one.
Let me read it.
All right. So Euphemia has advanced down the corridor and she's deciding.
I'll trade it.
All right. Get rid of your old one and bring that one in. You remember how to do that?
I think I tossed it down there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. There it is. I got rid of the old one. Nice job, Reef. Look at you. Like a pro. All right.
Russ, I love that Monty Hall moment, Russ. Yeah, all good DMs are part of
trying to sneak those in there more. You gotta have one there once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Euphemia, you're done there. Nice job. Craig, Rafe, did you get your card? Looks like you haven't yet.
No, is it the one right there by the bridge?
The one next to you, yes.
Okay.
There you go. All right, excellent. It is the maitre d's turn, and the maitre d is seen dragging this table a little bit over here, and he moves the candle over first because the candle's a little bit out of control. He changes the lighting there a little bit, and then he moves the table as well. He drags it over here, and he puts them side by side so you guys can have a nice area to sit. Actually, going to move it this way a little bit so there's room for everybody. And please, right this way. And he takes a pile of menus that he was carrying, and he starts to disperse them next to all the chairs over there. And you can see down in the end of the right here, there's a little stairway up, and you can hear sort of the gentle murmuring of a kitchen in action coming out of there. And it is Karlik's turn.
Where's the kitchen noise coming from, Russ?
Well, you can hear it from here, John, where I'm pinging now in pink.
Okay.
The pink ping is me. The red ping is someone else. So that ping is where you're hearing it from.
Right,
the rest of the party is hearing it coming from over here. But this looks like it'd be hard or maybe even impossible to squeeze through without some really good skill. It could be done, probably.
Or if you turn into a tiny spider.
That would work also. Karlik, what are you going to do?
Karlik's going to walk on over, take the menus up, hand them back, and say, "Oh, good goblin Whistle, just bring us 2 of everything and make that 6 of the buns."
6 of the buns right away, sir, right away. And he starts to hustle towards the kitchen.
Hold on, Whistle.
Yes.
Is it all right if I play a tune?
Of course, sir. Please liven us up. And he starts, waiter, we got a big client. And he starts running up the stairs.
Excellent. All right. Kalik, we'll kind of stand aside. I'm not like totally in the water. I don't want my feet in the water if possible.
No, you're not in the water really.
Yep. It's probably a bugbear trap, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it is.
But I'm going to begin to recite a poem prepared specifically for Pyrrhic. I'm testing out to see how things go here. Are we ready? You ready, Pyrrhic? Are you in listening distance?
I'm still wrapped around Ulrich. I don't know if that matters.
Here we go. Winter, winter, winter. The snow falls like hinter. The cold sun wakes up restored. The snow covers the land, quieting Nord. The pixie flies home to rest. So it does want to rest. For its family it has food. The wine is drunk and the cheese is chewed. Nord's magic cools thy elven fingers. Imagine you are surrounded by beautiful bovine singers. The snow, like a cold blanket, makes you sleepy. Shadeen is not doing anything creepy. Nord's magic is asleep under the snow. Should we use fire? The answer is no. Snow covers all, a magnificent sight. The magical day says good night.
The older the fiddle, the sweeter the tune.
I'm really touched. I assume you speak Elven, right, Kalik? That this is an Elven poem?
Oh, no. Unless I would have
So
translated
most of it sounded like this.
I'm pretty sure I'm just Minotaur and human.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But I'm very touched by this, and I tell him I'll translate into Elven later.
All right. Excellent.
Nod my head.
As an awesome poem there, I would give you a inspiration, Doc, but I think everybody has one. All right. Nice job there, Doc. And Karlik has got the waiters on the run with plenty of rolls and food coming. And Ulrich, it's your turn.
I just moved up into the room, and I'm just going where I can eyeball those orcs some more.
When he gets up to a chair, I pull it out for him so he can sit down, and then I scooch it in for him like a proper date.
Oh, nice. And Pyric, where are you going? You guys can see the orcs.
I will sit next to him.
What are these? What's the pools of water? Is there anything in the pools of water?
Well, it's interesting you say that. There's actually these pools, these rocks here. Along the rocks, there are wedges jammed in them, and it looks like these rocks were placed there with deliberation. So this all looks, I don't want to say man-made, but humanoid-made. This whole situation here, in terms of these little dams that are holding these two different pools of water together. There's an inflow over here of like a little waterfall that are continually filling this. And as it reaches a certain height, the water flows over the little dams and then is creating the river. So this is the highest point of the river, and it's flowing down, down the way you walked up, sort of. Does that make sense, Joe?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I get it. All right. And they're not that deep then, is what I'm getting at.
No. Well, it's probably about 5 or 6 feet deep. So not super deep, but that's still a lot of water. So if you were to, I don't know, break these dams, things would happen.
So Karlik is standing in the water. How deep is he?
No, he doesn't mean to be. I think he's seated at the table.
All
All right. Anything else there, Joe? You're seated.
That's it. Nope.
Pyric, what are you going to do? Are you were tucking Joe's chair in?
I tucked his chair in, and then I'll end up seated between Kalik.
Nice. Excellent.
And
Thalric, what are you going to do?
You have a mini spider token, or should I just tell you I'm doing that?
We can mini spider you. Let's go back to the mini spider situation here.
Mini spider.
Mini spider. Animal forms. Spider form. I have the giant spider form. We'll just shrink it down.
That's a big spider.
I have to say, Doc, you writing a poem for Pyric really touched me. I feel like that is the most awesome thing anyone has done in a little while.
Can I have control of him, Russell?
I'm giving it to you right now.
What do you want me to do with my normal dude?
All right. Wait for it. And go. You now control mini spider. Just leave. We'll move Thrall back over here by the entrance.
All right. So bonus action into mini spider. Oh, now I can't see anything with mini spider.
Oh, mini spider has no vision. Hang on, wait. Let me help mini spider out. Mini spider. There we go. And night vision. And there we go. And boom. How's that now, mini spider? Can you see?
So much better. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going along the wall here, and
you can fit through that little gap as mini spider.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash since I can't.
Are you going through?
Yeah.
Okay. You see quite a situation
what is that
going on there. So in there is a fire. There's a huge over here. There's a huge oven. There's all kinds of crates and supplies along the wall. There's counters. There's like flatbread being cooked right here on this fire. There's several hobgoblins, or as Pyric likes to call them, snobgoblins, but they're not in their plate. They're actually dressed in the kitchen whites, and they're helping prepare and do things. There's also a goblin there who's getting a big peel, like a pizza peel of many breads. And you can see the maitre d' over there, who I've now marked with a little logo that looks like a strong man, is quickly saying, I need a bunch. And also there's a very large bugbear standing near the pizza, the flatbread, kind of like, in Ratatouille, just sort of sampling it, making sure it's good, making sure the seasoning's just right. But the big key piece, because there's a lot of cooking going on here, it seems like there's not enough people for that. But in the back corner, there's this giant thing that can really only be described. There's really only one word for this thing, and it would be it would be sous chef. And so the sous chef is standing in the corner, and there's all these little tentacles shooting out, and they're grabbing different food products and bringing them in and setting them up in different ways. So he can easily reach to one cabinet, bring down some spice and some things. He hits it, and then Clark is occasionally telling him something, and they're working together, making this fantastic food. And the smell is really, really good. In fact, make a constitution check, Spider.
Constitution check. I have no idea what.
Make a constitution saving throw.
I'm just going to roll. I have no idea what a spider's constitution is.
I just roll a d20. I'll see how you do. It'll tell us.
Does it smell like flies?
No.
15.
You're able to resist it in spider form, but it smells really good. You feel like it's hard to resist it this close to this kind of food. It's not magically influencing. It's just really good. It'd be like walking into Krispy Kreme when the hot light's on and not eating a donut when they're here's one for free. Hard to do. Right.
Yeah, that's my turn. And then Adric will go and sit with where'd the crew go?
The crew. You want to move Adric to the crew? Adric follows the crew.
I found him.
He's seated. He's seated at the second table. He can be the last one at the first table because there's room for 4 at each table. I'm just going to rearrange you guys.
Yeah, he can dash over there.
Sitting.
Although I'm not even sure he can dash, to be honest with you, at this stage in his recovery.
We kind of got you sitting normal. So there we go.
He's also got Grunden is with him too. So.
Yes, Grunden's with him. So actually, we'll put him and his brother at the other table because there's 2 of them.
And Adric's been here before.
Yes, Adric knows his way around. Adric looks pretty pleased that the place is actually being used as an inn. He seems pretty excited about this. But he hasn't been through the psychological drama. I mean, he's been through psychological drama, but he hasn't been through the psychological drama you guys have of not feeling like these creatures can be, redeemed or reasoned with. So he's kind of like, wow, it worked. I don't believe it. This is amazing. All right. So Adric does that. And Shadeen, what are you going to do? Now you can see ahead under the bridge, ahead of you, there's those at the top of this little stairway. There's these orcs eating some kind of food.
And where did my friends go? Down this little area here?
Yeah, they went that way.
Yeah, so I'm following them
until
I was with them all along.
I'll move you. I can move you to where everybody is now. So you would be taking your seat. Either you can choose. You can either sit with the other 3 guys, the dwarf, the elf, or you can sit with the other 2 dwarves at the little kids table, the injured party member table.
Well, as I come here, I'm going to sit there.
All right. Here?
Right.
Okay.
And I look and I see into this other room, right?
Yeah, you guys can see up these stairs and you see what I described to you.
Yeah. So I hiss just a little bit under my breath. Probably nobody even notices.
Yeah.
Okay. And my forearm tenses, and hidden by the table, a massive shadow axe appears in my hand.
Oh, nice. Okay. That seems serious. All right.
I'm just using it as kind of like a crutch, something to lean on.
Got it. Okay, I'm just making a note here.
Sometimes a person's mouth breaks their nose, if you know what I mean. And I give you a wink.
All right. So excellent job there. And Shadeen is seated with an axe. Someone's got to cut the bread. Euphemia, what are you going to do?
I'm going to keep my same operating situation going on. I only rolled the 13 this time.
All right. Where are you going? Let me see where you get.
Just going with the group.
All right. And you get here this. Oh, I keep moving this table by mistake. Hang on a second. Just got to move this to the. There we go. One of the waiters was coming down the stairs from the orcs table. And as you start to come in, he looks over and he says, "Oh, sir, are you lost? Which party are you with?"
I say, "Shh, don't tell them. I'm trying to sneak up on Pyric. Shh."
Pyric, is that the gentleman over there, the elf?
Yes. Don't tell him. It's his birthday.
Oh. Shall I prepare the birthday special?
Yes.
Okay, I'll right away, sir. I'll be right back. And he dashes off towards the kitchen also. So you guys see this other goblin come running down the stairs and heads over towards the kitchen entrance as well. Anything else, Rafe?
Well, since I'm discovered, I can move my second move, if you're okay with that.
Yep.
Oh, and as I walk by Ulrich, I say, "Remember, we're just here to see if it's safe for Adric and Gundrick. It seems pretty safe so far, but I don't know. I haven't seen Clark yet."
Aye, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I agree. What possibly can go wrong? I look over at the Shadow Axe.
All right. Got to make a note here. The halflings requested the birthday surprise. See, these are the things, Rafe, from the DM Academy I have to make notes about. All right. All right. And okay. Now it's time for the goblins' turn. So, yes, indeed. I'm going to get the bread here real quick. So we start getting some bread being served here. I'm just going to plop one right there. We got another bread for the other table here. Put that one over there for Euphemia.
That's actually making me hungry. You put it on the dwarf. That's not very nice.
You can really smell the bread is just like the butter's glistening on the top, and it's like a honey butter situation or something. It works really, really good. It's taken a lot of willpower not to just dive right into this bread. And it's a kind of pull apart bread. You know, it's designed to be just like ripped apart, but it's super hot and warm. Like you just get your fingers in there and they kind of burn, but it's so good. You just got to grab it. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff that's in front of you guys right now. And Karlik, it's clear from your seat that this amazing bread that you just want to eat really bad is literally being prepared by a bugbear and a massive tentacled sous chef.
So,
and it's your turn.
Karlik's going to pull out one of his favorite lucky copper piece, which he always uses to cast Detect Thoughts with.
Oh.
We'll do so. We'll cast Detect Thoughts and say, perhaps there's something about a wagon or some guy in a wagon, a thing. I don't know. I got to do some thinking right now, and I'm going to start detecting thoughts.
Okay. And who are you focusing on? So there's the goblin. I moved him in because they brought the bread. So there's a goblin regular waiter here. There's the maitre d' over here who looks like he's getting ready. Now it seems unusual. And maybe this is going to trigger your desire to detect his thoughts. It seems highly unusual to those of you who do frequent taverns, and I'm not sure which of you that might be, for a maitre d' to be hanging around this long. Like normally the maitre d' would be gone by now. This is a little bit weird. And Karlik, also from there, so you can also see this goblin up here, and you can definitely make out the sous chef at the very top because he's large, and you can also make out the bugbear. And I don't know what the range on Detect Thought is, so you might want to check that.
Yeah, I think it's 30 feet.
Check.
Yeah, it's really tough for Karlik to resist Detect Thoughting.
The bugbear is just in range, by the way. And
Yeah,
so everybody's in range of interest.
So juicy to detect Clark's evil thoughts, but yeah, this mysterious goblin hanging out. Let's start with him.
He is okay. So the top of his mind is I can't believe such prestigious clients are here that know Clark personally, and I'm gonna break protocol. I hope no one noticed. I'm gonna take their drink order. He's thinking this, and so he's getting ready. He's taking his notepad out, and he looks like he's about to. And you can hear the top of his head. He's like, "I hope they order the most expensive wine, and leave a good tip." And I think I'm gonna try to get a percentage of the tip for myself.
Good maitre d', thank you for waiting on us further, we will take your most expensive wine. all around.
Oh, excellent. And
with that, I'm going to take out a purse of coins, and I'm not going to shake it or anything, but I'm just going to set it on the table and just let it, really clack pretty decently.
His eyes focus right on the coins, and you feel like you've got this guy's number now, and he's going to. So you be like Thistle's going to be just sharing all the information. All right. Okay. And nice job there, Karlik. Just making a note here. And now it is Ulrich's turn. We can do Ulrich.
Ulrich is a very deep individual, spiritual. He's in with his God, so he says immediately what is important. What buttered rolls and drinks cannot cure, there is no cure for. And he starts eating.
Nice. All right, excellent. Just going to write down here, Ulrich eats the food.
Kalik
Making some notes. It's okay.
By the way, Karlik did not eat the food.
Yeah, cut that. All right, excellent. Okay. And that's a wrap, folks. And then just kidding. Actually, it's almost a wrap, though. But before we do, let's finish the end of the round here. Pyric, what are you going to do?
I noticed that Cowlick has started to read thoughts and has not started eating, so I'm not going to eat. I'm just, I'm trusting that Moradin and Dwarven Constitution will save Ulrich.
Actually, you've got to make a Constitution check because this bread smells really good, and Ulrich digging in. I mean, it's as much as you don't want to eat it because you heard the DM say something. It just really smells good, so you should roll a Constitution check.
I'm doing my best to take temptation away from you by eating it all.
That is fine.
All right.
I'm going to use
Ulrich, make a dexterity check and see if you can hoard all the bread before Pyric gets any.
Okay, you do that first then.
I'm not that greedy, but yes,
okay, all right. So Seppi, you got to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can resist this delicious smell.
Can you use inspiration on Constitution save?
Yeah, you can use it on any roll. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it roll?
Twice.
Well, a 4 is not good, so good thing you had inspiration. Oh, 5 is slightly better. So that was inspiration well spent. However, you decide you want to eat the bread anyway, and so you dive right into that.
I'm going to use my card to automatically make the saving throw.
Did you have a card for that? Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, you resist. So right now, Ulrich has eaten the food.
You're not sharing apps with your date? It seems odd.
Why, do you want some?
This is a first date.
You want some, Thrall?
This is a first date. When you have a first date.
But Thrall doesn't eat food prepared by anybody.
How's it feel to have your date finishing your food? All right.
All right. Thalric, what are you going to do?
Oh, wait. Oh.
Sorry.
I only got to do the thing that you tried to make me do.
And then, Pyric, I'm apologizing.
And then try to skip past my turn. It's like,
it's a skill.
I'm surveying what's going on, and then internally I'm cataloging that this is almost entirely me and Adric's fault. Of course, Clark only has people who are aware of his cooking are other people of nefarious natures, and so those are the people who have gravitated to his business. Other folks like us, we will probably be the only and most upstanding clients that he has, and whether this is something that we should take advantage of, like as a way to get information on a stream of intel that we wouldn't normally be able to and keep this place around, or we should purge it with fire. I'm debating. And so Ulrich, would you like to be hot or cold, Ulrich?
I am what?
He's getting hot. So on his side, on my right hand side, my hand is warming up, and on the poetry side by the cow, my hand is getting cold. And you can see that in like the water is that's immediately to my left starting to freeze over just a little bit.
I like it. That's awesome. Nice way to bring that to life. And Adric, what are you going to do? What's Adric doing, John?
Well, you skipped Thrall.
I did. Sorry, Thrall.
Thrall is going to spend the round. I'm going to perch myself right here. Oh, wait, I got to change my thing. Basically, right on this little bump here where I can't put my dude.
Yeah,
And I'm going to spend my entire round just observing to see if there's anything untawdry going on, or out of character going on in this kitchen. Like, I don't know if I could figure out if stuff's being poisoned or anything like that. But I'm just
there's a
checking it
lot
out.
of stuff out of character going on, but in terms of anything being poisoned, I'm going to make a roll on your
What kind of
perception.
roll?
check.
Perception, insight.
Insight. Let's go with insight. It feels like an insight situation. Ooh.
25.
Yeah, you really feel like this is an honest to goodness, legitimate kitchen. You're watching them put the ingredients together. They look like really high quality ingredients.
Yeah,
and nothing you can't observe. The dishes don't look crazy. And except maybe for the black ooze situation, which
has a little warning label.
Yeah, you kind of feel like that had a warning label on it. There's nothing else that's really kind of you would even describe as sort of off-putting.
Off-putting.
The pudding is off. So what?
Does Adric have to make a save to see if he can resist the bread?
Yes, you would, unless you want him to. Do you want him to try to resist it? Make a Constitution save. Let's see.
He feels like he should. I would think he feels like he should eat his rations, but
All right,
he
go for it. You
is
can plan.
exhausted and hasn't had any real good food in a long time.
Yeah, I think he's got a disadvantage, honestly, because he's starving.
All right, I'll roll it. D20 disadvantage.
Yep.
We got whatever his modifier is from an 11.
The dwarf looking
look at that, 11 back to back.
Yeah, I give him a +2. He can resist it.
Well, he also has advantage. Well, no, that's not true. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
gonna begrudgingly gnaw on iron rations.
It's hard though, because this looks really good.
His brother, like with butter dripping down his beard. That's not me.
Right? He's just like, Joe's just chowing. All right. And we got a couple left before we get
all those times.
Must protect party from poisoned food.
He's thinking back to all those times that Thrall talked about how much of a loser Ulrich was, and he's wondering if he should agree with him.
And Shadeen, what are you going to do?
I'm trying to sense any deep and abiding wrongness in this place that I feel I should be able to sense that maybe no one else here could. Maybe there's a reality beneath this reality that my newfound friends here just can't see.
You feel something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's gum under the table.
I knock the table over and I stand up and I point at the sous chef and I say, "Sous chef, die!" And I launch a, what's it called?
Can I make a dex check to catch the bread?
I launch a, what is it called?
Eldritch Blast?
Oh, an agonizing blast.
Oh, agonizing.
Oh.
At the thingy.
Well, that's not how I saw it going down.
What's the range on agonizing blast?
Eldritch blast.
Pirate, you have somebody new to lecture.
No lecture. I just like, okay, we're the good guys. All right, point proven.
17. Oh, using my advantage. I'm using my advantage as I would.
Yep, why not?
And that doesn't help. 17.
What'd you get? 17?
18, because 17. It's, yep.
Unfortunately, the magic like deflects off one of those stranger shaped surfaces of this strange
and as a
creature.
bonus action, I curse it with my Hex Blades curse.
Ooh, what does that do?
That gives me +2 to damage, and I crit on a 19 or a 20.
All right, I'm going to give him a curse marker. Craig, make a note on your paper that you've done that.
Yeah.
I will curse him.
Did I save the rolls?
You did. Oh, make a dex check, Joe, to save the rolls.
Oh no!
The rolls are down. Rolls lost. Shadeen attacks the sous chef. Curses and attacks.
Shadeen?
More importantly, I think you spilled your ale.
No, I didn't even get my drink yet.
And with my movement, I kicked over the table, right?
Yeah, you did.
And I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I'm gonna stay where I am.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the restaurant.
All right, sir. And that's a really good place. That's a very dramatic spot to end it. So I think we'll, even though it's not quite the end of the round, that's a great.
I will kill this Seuss chef.
I think somebody got a hair in their salad.
There was a fly in my soup.
Excellent. Waiter, there's a fly in the soup.
What was it? Can you try my soup? Why, is it too hot, too cold? Wait.
All right, excellent. Great place to end it. I forget how we determine who summarizes because no one got hurt yet. But we'll
My
figure it
ego
out.
got hurt with that attack.
The rolls did go down.
That's right. The rolls did go down. All right, everybody. Great session tonight. We'll do it again next week. Same time, right? Thanks again. Great session. And we'll talk again real soon.
All right.
All right.
Achievement unlocked. You've made it to the end of another D6 Generation episode, the podcast whose humor has universally been acclaimed as not too horrible. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at info@the d6generation.com. If for some inexplicable reason you actually enjoyed this show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Thanks for listening and happy gaming.